Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Devlog week 26 here on the IQcommunity server. Now just sit back and relax and enjoy the video, as this is going to be quite a long video compared to all of my other devlogs, because I've made huge progress here on the Guardian farm in the background. Now I'm starting off this week on Wednesday the 13th of January, and as you can see, I started things out by destroying the previous design of a Guardian farm which I freestyled, and it turned out that this design wasn't working, so I had to remove it and I started constructing a new square one, which is going to be a lot more simpler to construct and also is going to work 100%. Now, a square Guardian farm in on itself isn't very interesting. However, the one I'm constructing right now is going to give us the option to make an XP farm out of it where we slay the Guardians, or we can use it as a AFK farm where the nether portals will get turned on and all of the Guardians will get transported into the nether where they will get killed, and this is going to make the farm a little bit more efficient than without the nether portals. So the way I constructed this farm was pretty simple. I started out by creating the outside wall in which the Guardians will spawn in, and then I added in the collection system up on the top. So the way the farm works is extremely simple. We use soul sand and a bubble column to shoot the Guardians upwards, and using water streams the Guardians will get funneled down into the middle with all of the portals, and to separate the water streams from the bubble columns we use dark oak fence gates. So what you might have noticed from the video was that I accidentally made the farm 1 block too wide, so I had to shrink down the entire farm by 1 block on all sides, and let me tell you, that was quite a pain in the ass to do, as breaking glass with even a haste 2 beacon and an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe is extremely slow, as glass is still not assigned to any tool in Minecraft, meaning that all tools are equally slow with the same efficiency 5 enchantment and the haste 2 beacon applied, and that I find very annoying. So Mojang, fix your game please. So another funny story, I filled up the entire Guardian farm 2 steps too early, as I hadn't created a killing chamber yet for the Guardians. So all of the Guardians started pouring into a very tiny hole, so I created a bunch of iron golems to stop the flow of Guardians falling down into that very tiny hole, so I could extend it downwards and create a little chamber below. And it worked out in the end, so yeah, luckily I didn't die. So now with the Guardian farm fully constructed, even with a roof, I started finishing and decorating the outside of the area, and that was something which took way more time than I expected, but it turned out to be pretty nice in the end. So what you can see me do right now is start adding in some pillars, extend them downwards, and make some decorations surrounding the farm, as I want the farm to be the central point of the entire build. So the plan for this Guardian farm is to create something epic and magical, which means I'm going to make it extremely large, and this is probably going to be one of those farms that is going to be 90% aesthetics and 10% functionality, cause let me tell you, the Guardian farm is already working, so I don't even need to do anything around the Guardian farm to make it look pretty. It still works without the aesthetics around it, but that is not of course something we do here on the IQcommunity server. No. We are committed into creating epic things, even though I'm the only one left playing on the server. If you want to join them, check out the link down in the description below. Anyway, so what I'm doing to achieve this goal is basically freestyle my way into creating something extremely nice looking. And let me tell you, that is a little harder than you might imagine, because I'm working with some very repetitive blocks like prismarine bricks, and also dark prismarine, and creating nice and interesting shapes with this is going to be very difficult if this is going to be used throughout the entire build. Though believe me ladies and gentlemen, that the Guardian farm is going to be extremely cool looking in the future. So in the following weeks I will upload some more very long devlog videos, which is of course nice. Alright, so on to the building commentary right now. So the thing I am doing at this point in time is creating some pathways around the Guardian farm itself. And these pathways are going to support the structure into the ground, because at the moment the Guardian farm is flying. And that is of course not what we want. We want to support it into the ground to make it look like it stood there for almost, I don't know, 10,000 years. And by adding in pathways surrounding the farm with different Y levels, we actually create this sturdy look. Now the designing process is pretty difficult in the beginning. So first of all, we try to get some interesting shapes going on one side of the area. And then we have to copy it 3 more times on all sides of the Guardian farm to make everything look symmetrical and even. And that is of course one of the more boring parts of the process, as you know, building things once is already bad enough, but building it 4 times is definitely a lot worse. But this right now is nothing compared to what's coming in the future, as that is about 5 times bigger. So that means I need a lot more blocks, patience and time to finish that. And patience is not something I generally have for a very long time when doing a Minecraft project. Alright, on Saturday the 16th of January I started on the interior of the Guardian farm, as that is also something I needed to finish. And we are now exactly below the Guardian farm, within the middle the funnel for the Guardians. And the first thing I did was to make the inside look a lot more rigid by adding in a lot of support beams and archways. And this is of course what I needed to give this a 10,000-year-old temple look, and I think I managed to get it quite nicely in the end. After that, it was time to redo the ceiling with some sea lanterns and dark prismarine, and this looks like a pretty nice ceiling light. Then I started adding in the floor, and the floor was basically done the same way I did the pathways outside of the Guardian farm, and I think that it looks pretty nice underground as well. Furthermore, I added in some nice big pools next to the pathways to give it more of the ocean look again. And as you can see, I added in a nice layer of water in each pool as well, where our iron golems are now swimming around, killing all of the slimes that spawn here. And not gonna lie, with the shaders turned on and with all of the pools filled with water, which you're about to see right now, or now, I don't know, I'm not too sure. It definitely looks quite a lot like an underground spa, and I think it looks pretty freaking nice. But the only thing that lacks here is a little bit of color, as everything is looking quite bluey and greenish, and a little bit of tints of yellow here and there because of the shaders. After that, I created 8 different storage rooms for the 4 different block types that I could create from all of the drops from the Guardians. So 1 for sea lanterns, 1 for prismarine, 1 for prismarine bricks, and 1 for dark prismarine. Now, because the interior of the Guardian farm is one giant plus, I decided to keep every single block to one side of the plus, and each side of the plus will get 2 different storage rooms, meaning that I had to create 8 in total. And the storage room was also of course freestyled, and I think it looks pretty nice, and we've got a whole bunch of storage for all of the different block types now. Now, to make things clear where the blocks will be stored in on the inside of the plus, I created different indicator bars with the corresponding block on the right side of the plus, and I think that it worked out pretty nicely. So we've got dark prismarine in this case on this side, and then sea lanterns on the other side. And then I created 2 more of these storage modules, and the rest I did off camera. And the last thing I did was dig out a little area in the corner of the Guardian farm outside, because I wanted to dig in a little more height difference, and I'll show you in the next devlog how it will look. Anyway, that's about it for this week's devlog, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, as it took me a very long time to get this video edited, as my brain was spazzing out during all of the voiceover sessions, so I had to redo it a bunch of times. Anyway, if you liked the video, then I'll appreciate every single like you can give me, and you can also subscribe if you don't want to miss any progress of the IQ community server. Don't forget to check out my second channel where I play random games, and please consider watching Achieve It, my hardcore series where I try to get all of the achievements as fast as possible. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye!